This next news story comes to us from, where does it come from? Games Radar, written by Hiren Cryer. I'm going to go with that. Elden Ring will only get one DLC in Shadow of the Erdtree, but From Software isn't ruling out a full sequel for the RPG. Elden Ring's Shadow of the Erdtree DLC will be the RPG's only expansion, but developer From Software isn't ruling out other full games in the lands between. In an interview with Chinese outlet Campfire Camp, Elden Ring game director and From Software studio head Hidetaka Miyazaki commented on the possibility of the other DLC entries for Elden Ring. From Software does have a history of multiple DLC offerings for their games, with Dark Souls 3 receiving 2 full expansions, for example. However, Miyazaki says that Shadow of the Erdtree will be the first and last Elden Ring DLC. The 2022 game won't be receiving any further DLC after Shadow of the Erdtree launches next month on June 21st. So this next journey into the lands between might well be the final story From Software tells in the Elden Ring world, for now at least. That's because Miyazaki isn't ruling out another full Elden Ring game. The director says that From Software's style of making and developing games naturally leaves the door open to another game set within Elden Ring's world, although Miyazaki obviously stops short of confirming that there definitely would be another Elden Ring game. Curiously, Elden Ring publisher Bandai Namco previously stated back in 2022 that Elden Ring would be the start of a franchise beyond the game itself. It's now been well over 2 years since that comment. We're no closer to learning how or when From Software might expand on Elden Ring's world and other media. Elden Ring anime when? That would go so hard.
Ooh.
That would go so hard.
Oh, hold on. I'm just thinking about it now. Sorry, you got to keep going.
A report previously claimed that From Software is gearing up for multiple new projects following the success of both Armored Core 6 and Elden Ring. And if that's true, it paints a positive future for the developer. That's it. I'm not gonna lie. That's all I'm thinking about right now is the
Could you imagine
Elden Ring anime? That'd be very good. This is a callback to the last news story real quick. I just saw Crimson's in the chat. It says, I like that gamers will get this upset over this, referring to the PlayStation Network Helldivers incident. But then Pokemon Scarlet and Violet's slideshow animation gets a pass.
It didn't get a pass from me. It didn't get a pass from me. I can tell you that right now. Not at all.
Nope. I mean, yeah, I think from the general public, though, they did. People just moved on and just like, it's fine. I can work around it.
Yeah.
It's like,
so
crazy.
If that game ran at a decent frame rate, it would be probably a really good Pokemon game. But, and I'm not Mr. Frame Rate. I think I've said that a million times, right? But it has to at least be playable. It has to at least be a solid 30.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I feel like people are like, oh, well, 60 is the standard. Relax. Okay? Now, anything less than a solid 30, we have to have a conversation about, right?
Yeah. Oh, 30 is like the minimum.
30 is like
the bare minimum.
The bare.
Yeah.
And if you're not hitting that, you got to go back to the optimization board.
Yeah. But yeah, with Elden Ring, how does this make you feel with one DLC, maybe getting more, maybe not, getting other projects outside of games?
That game is so huge. There's so much stuff to do in Elden Rings, dude. Elden Rings. Ring. It's just, I am fine with there being just one DLC because you're already making another expansion onto what's already a massive world.
Yeah.
And if FromSoft doesn't feel like they have anything else to say or anything else to do with Elden Ring, then don't. Stop. It's fine. Yep. Larian just did the same thing. Actually, you know what? We already finished everything we wanted to do with Baldur's Gate. We're good. We're walking away. Same thing here with FromSoft. If Miyazaki's like, yeah, Elden Ring ruled, we know it ruled, and we just wanted to do like one little last thing on top, and then we're gonna move on to the next thing. Okay, cool. That's fine. We got a complete package in Elden Ring by itself. We honestly didn't even need the DLC, but it's nice to have. So I'm fine with it. I'm fine if they don't ever come back to Elden Ring, because Elden Ring will still be Elden Ring forever. So
yeah. And it's so I've never played any of the Dark Souls games, but none of them are like as big of an open world, right? Or even open world at all. It's more
No,
linear.
this
more
is the first
smaller,
one that's
massive,
like
okay.
more on the linear side.
So even already, just with this game, you're getting so much more content than any of their other products they've ever put out. And the fact that we're even getting DLC is kind of incredible.
Crazy.
Really, you think about it, like it's such a huge world, such a huge game, so much to do. We're getting DLC. I mean, I'm happy with that. You know, I put quite a few hours in Elden Ring and didn't come close to beating it. Because it's so incredibly difficult and I'm so bad at games, but I love my time in there.
Yeah.
And again, like barely scratched the surface. So I'm hearing about this DLC coming out is like, holy smokes, like there's so much content. There's so much content in the base game. Like I barely touched. Like, and even then, like I loved like all the like the little nooks and crannies they hid stuff in that could easily be missed. So this is I think this is all very much a good thing. I don't have anything negative to say about this. I know some people could find something to get upset about, but in my opinion, the last thing we want is, I don't know, the more they put out product wise, in like a beloved IP like that, every time they put something out, it's another chance for them to screw it up. You know, like Elden Ring was so perfect in this DLC.
No way, dude.
This
DLC is the one.
is
This is
good.
one of few studios that I would absolutely bet money on. They're gonna nail this. Just based on their track record.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, I think putting out the DLC, they'll be good. But what I'm saying is, like, for them to keep making DLC or to have like a million sequels, like every time any developer does that, it's always a chance to mess up. So, yeah, I'm fine with them quitting while they're ahead. This is great. Like, they've left a good taste in my mouth, and it's extremely replayable based off of the size of the world. And I can play my character completely different too. I can do whatever the heck I want with my character. So I think this is a good thing too.
I wish more studios would do that. Just be like, hey, we made this and we know it rules. Stay tuned for our next thing, because it ain't going to be anything like this.
Yeah.
You know?
And not that they ever can't. You know, they can never come back to do something, but that's what makes it even sweeter. Like, I think of like these serialized, like, oh, every year getting a new game. It's like, all right, it gets boring after a while. But when it's like, oh shoot, it's been 5-6 years and now we're getting a sequel, it's like
Elden Ring is back. What?
That's like,
that's how you want to feel about it. Yeah,
totally,
that's how you want to feel about it.
Like seeing Armored Core 6 when that got announced, I lost my mind. We were like live streaming the Summer Game Fest, and I'm like, are you kidding me right now? What? Or was it the Game Awards? I don't remember which one they showed a trailer at, but like that was insane. Like it was the last thing on our minds, and so good. So that's a good feeling to have, you know. As much as it's fun to have stuff in an IP you love, it's also fun to be surprised, both with the announcement or reveal, and then when the game comes out, it's actually good, you know. It's not just like, oh, we get this, you know, every 11 to 12 months you get a new game. It's like, oh, right, okay, same old.
Thank you.
Thanks, Assassin's Creed and Call of Duty.
Sports games.
Sports ball.
Thank you so much for watching that clip from our podcast. Remember, if you want to watch the whole episode, the full episode, link will be in the description below. You can click on that and check it out. We got listener questions. We got more news segments. We got what you playing. We got a lot of fun things. So yeah, more than just the news. There's a lot more to the show that you should go check out. So remember, click that link in the description. Check out that full episode.